Abuja resident, I know if you're looking through the window today, you'll see people running and you're wondering, what exactly is going on? Well, it's the Abuja International Marathon 2023 and I am Sandra Ago. This is Abuja File. You want to know more about that? Stay tuned and I'll be right back. We love Abuja. And this is why we bring you events, reports, interviews, and everything relating to the FCT. This is Abuja File.
Stand before you today to accept the nomination of our party.
All right, welcome back. Now let's get into the business of today. Like I said earlier, if you look through your window, you'll see people running and you're wondering, what is going on in Abuja today? Well, today is the day of the Abuja International Marathon and I'm here with Mr. Olukayode Thomas. He's the race director of the Abuja International Marathon. And together we're going to give you updates and all the juicy juice you need to know about what's going on today in the FCT. Hello, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, ma.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
So I know you came in from Lagos, and you're seeing Abuja. Like in few words, how would you describe this our beautiful city?
Well, I think I will throw that back to you.
Mm.
Today, Saturday, April 29, we're having the first international marathon in Abuja. And I want to ask you, why are you not running? Why are you not running?
I don't think I can do 42 kilometers.
Well, you have options. We have 42.195, which is the full marathon.
I can't even do 5 kilometers.
We have the 10K friends and family run.
Yes.
And we have the 5K for students.
Yes.
So, I mean, you cannot tell me that you cannot do any of, because you have to be part of history.
Oh, maybe I will try in the next one.
Okay.
I will try in the next
Forgive
one.
him.
So what are your thoughts about Abuja? What are your thoughts about the
Well,
city?
you see, Abuja is a beautiful city, excellent road network, a lot of landmarks. But the tragedy is, since Babangida moved to Abuja, to the capital to Abuja, we have not done anything like showcasing this city to the world. I mean, no, there is no event that for 4 hours, the whole world is seeing the city called Abuja. And if you look at some countries in the world today, tourism brings a lot of revenue. But you cannot desire to experience what you have not seen. So this marathon that we are doing today is basically not, it's running, but it's basically not about running. Because if you look at our route, we are showcasing the best part of Abuja city.
Yes.
So we want people to see our city, come for holiday, come and do business. You can even relocate. This is who we are. This is what we have. What you think is in other parts of the world that you go to, we also have them here. And we also have, apart from having those things that they have, we also have the Nigerian flavor, which you can only get when you come to Nigeria.
True. All right, now let's get into the business of the day, the Abuja International Marathon. What gave birth to this idea? What brought about it?
Well, it's so funny. The owner of this marathon, Mrs. Susan Ogumilolo, she's from Austria, and she met her husband the day of Vienna Marathon.
Okay.
And she thinks, look, my city is Vienna. A lot of people come and run marathon, they visit, they do a lot of things. And it's been good for the local economy, for the youth, for everybody, the health benefit.
Yeah.
So I want to, I'm no longer from Vienna, I'm from Abuja.
Yeah.
Let me replicate this in my city. So that was what gave back to the idea.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Really beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
the theme for this race, this marathon is Race for Unity or a Race for Unity. Where did that come from?
Well, basically, it's also showcasing the best of FCT.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot have too much of unity. I mean, running, you make new friends along the road. You are tired, somebody helps you, becomes your friends, brings everybody together, irrespective of age, background. If you see the running community all over the world,
Yeah.
they are diverse. creates opportunity, you make friends and all that. So the more friendly we have to each other, the more united we become. So then we want to showcase the best of our city to the world.
Okay, that's very amazing, because you just made mention of the fact that we want to showcase our city to the world, and like the name says, Abuja International Marathon. So I'm going to ask you, how international are we going?
Well, you see, there are criteria for, they've been doing marathons in Abuja, but there are criteria for an international marathon
Yeah.
that we make you to be in the aims and World Athletics League. One, your route must be measured by some of the best measurers in the world.
Okay.
And I can inform you that our route was measured by Norrie Williamson, a grade A measurer who measured the route of Beijing Olympics,
Wow.
Athens Olympics, Sydney Olympics, and Atlanta Olympics.
Okay.
He has also measured the route of many iconic marathons all over the world.
All right.
And is the race director of Durban Marathon and other marathons in the world.
Okay.
So we got the best in the world to measure our route.
Oh, no, that's beautiful. So just by getting the best in the world to measure your route, it stands.
That's one of the
puts that
criteria.
on the
Then you must
international
have
level.
a very good elite field.
Okay.
There's what they call the World Athletics Elite Field.
Okay.
They are best 300 runners in the world who have whereabouts. By whereabouts, that means that they can call them anywhere they are. Anywhere you are going, even if you are going to toilet, the World Athletics, because they can be tested for doping anytime.
Yes.
Then we have them in categories. We have gold label runners,
Okay.
we have silver, we have platinum, and we have the bronze.
And all of these people are coming into Abuja for this race.
Well, we don't have platinum runner, which is the highest,
Yeah.
but we have gold label runners,
Okay.
we have silver, and we have bronze.
From which countries are we expecting them?
Well, some of them are even in town right now, and they're
Okay.
running today. We have from Ethiopia, we have from Kenya, we have from United States, we have Europeans, we have people from North Africa. So it's a huge field of 32 elite runners from different parts of the world.
Wow,
Then
this
we
is
also have
beautiful.
about 120 local elites who are also running this race. Then apart from these local elites, we have the student categories.
Okay.
And the reason for this is, look, when the world record was 2 hours, 8 minutes in Abuja, Nigerians were running 2 hours, 14 minutes. But we don't encourage our youth to run marathon. And if you look at the northern part of Nigeria, we are endowed like the Kenyans and Ethiopians, but we are not developing them. So we want our youth to get into the rhythm, start running races from very, very, we are catching them young. So that's the essence of the student run. Then we have the 10K run for friends and family. You lose weight, the health benefits of running, you cannot quantify it. It's
Okay.
huge. Then we have the full marathon, which is for the elite.
All right, and it's so beautiful, especially the friends and family. It's I know that for sure
Which
that brings
you ought to
about
have been running with others today.
that should bring about togetherness. Running is not for everybody. 10-kilometer run is not something that we just want to do for fun. Maybe sometime in the future, maybe in the next Abuja International Marathon,
Okay.
I'll be on the front lane. But for this year, let's just leave it for next year. Let's leave all of this for next year, because I think when you want to run a race, you have to be mentally prepared, physically prepared. Because the other day I was telling somebody that if I registered for this, I think I would have fainted along the line because.
Well,
Because I don't think I'm strong enough to do that. So
well, that's what you always think. At least I don't know your age,
yeah,
but I think I'm older than you,
yes,
and I have the same fear, even when I was older than you. But today I run races. Next month I can't run Abuja Marathon because I'm the race director.
yes, yeah.
But next month I'm running a 10-kilometer race, and that's one of the toughest 10K to run in the world because it's hilly.
Where?
In the Edo State.
Okay.
It's hilly. It's climb and climb and climb. It's like you are doing 21 kilometers when you are doing Opopai.
Okay.
So, I mean, people like you should also not just get into running, invite your friends
Okay.
and family. It's fun.
I am inspired,
And the
I
health
hope that
benefits are enormous.
Yes, I'm inspired, and I think I will try to do that. And I'm also hoping that people who are watching are as inspired as I am right now. And I hope maybe next year I want to see more people, because he said we have like at least 120. We'll get to know about the figures, but I think by next year I want to see more people. I will be there next year, and I hope you will too. Now, you made mention of the routes and measuring the routes. So the routes that we are taking today, what say you about them? So from where to where, and how does this How is this going to pan out? What are the modalities that you've put in place to make sure that we are not obstructing traffic and vehicular movement and all of that? And that vehicular movement does not affect our race also.
Well, you see, this is an international rate, and one of the requirements is that you must close the route for the entire duration of the race. And this we have done. We are working with the civil defense, we're working with the road safety, we're working with the VIO, we're working with the armed forces, we're working with the police, and we have a general who is in charge of this. We've done a lot of tour of the route. We know the bad spots, we know the good spots, and there will be a lot of barricades, barriers, and everywhere. So I'm appealing to Abuja residents that they should just tune in and watch our race today, and let's join the whole world. You see, in Tokyo, when they are doing Tokyo Marathon, the whole city is shut down.
Shut down, true.
So if we want to be part of the world, we need to do what the world is doing. The same thing with London. It's even in Accra Air, when they are doing Accra International Marathon, the Accra is shut down. Stay in the house, stay in your house and watch, go to the street and clap. Then for safety of runners, we have ambulance at every 5 kilometers, we have medical personnel, we have water in every 2.5 kilometers, we have food, we have sponges, we have a medical station at the start, another one at the finish, another one at the midpoint. Then we also have a recovery area in case you are injured or anything. Then we have sweeper buses. What they do is they wait for about 30 minutes after the race. So if you can't continue or you're tired, they put you on the bus.
Okay.
So we put all this
In place. Oh, that's beautiful. But then you made mention of the fact that in some other countries, when they are running, people come out to cheer them up. But that has to do with the level of awareness. So how would you rate the level of awareness for this particular race? Would you say you did a good job in trying to get it out there and let people know that this is happening here in Abuja?
Well, I can assure you that we've done a very good job. But you know, it's a new culture.
Yes.
I remember when we started Lagos Marathon in 2016, February 2016. There are a lot of complaints, anger, this, that. But after the second, third edition, people are used to it. In fact, from the start point at stadium, people will line up to the third Milan Bridge, clapping, shouting, screaming, well done. People will even be giving them fruits, water. And after the third Milan Bridge, the same thing until the finish point. So it's a culture that people will see as maybe, oh, this is this. But at the end of the day, the benefits are enormous. On race day in Lagos, and about 2 or 3 or 4 days, the Lagos Marathon pumps about over 2 billion into the economy. Hotels, the food vendors, taxi driver, Uber drivers, the printer. It's a huge industry. In places where it has been a culture, very serious culture, you can check. Chicago Marathon putting about 200 million, 300 million into Chicago economy every year. London Marathon is the biggest event they use for charity all over the world. London Marathon has raised almost £1 billion for so it's a win-win situation. Before, nobody goes to Dubai, the weather is ash and every other thing. But marathon and other sports events have thrown Dubai to one of the top tourist destinations in the world. And we hope that in 5 years, we can see the same of our city, Abuja.
Okay, I hope so too. Okay, this event was supposed to hold last year, and then it was postponed to this day. I really don't know what happened, what went wrong, but can you give us like an insight of what happened, why it was postponed from last year to this year, and what other challenges did you face in planning this particular event?
Well, the race had to be postponed last year because of some challenges that are national in nature, not just particular about this race.
Okay.
So we listen to the people who are in charge and say, look, let's not do this race now. Let's move it to April. Okay. But surely we are moving back to December after this edition, to December or January, because the weather is better then. Okay. It's summertime and people run better in cold weather.
Oh, okay. So what other challenges did you face in planning this particular event? Well,
basically, it's our first marathon, and the challenges we face is challenges that we face all over the world when they are planning a new thing. If you are building a new house, you have challenges around that. But the good thing about Abuja Marathon is that people that are running the race, the experience, they've done Aba Marathon, Onitsha Marathon, Lagos Marathon, Kaduna Marathon, Okupe Marathon. So it's not been tough like when you're starting a new thing.
Okay.
It's been, let me say, it's been a lot easier than the other races that we've organized.
Okay. All right. You made mention of the people that are running this particular race. They have done other marathons and all of that. What would you say? How would you rate the turnout of runners for this particular race? Like, how many runners do we have on the road right now?
Well, as I talked to you before we moved, we started the expo at the pavilion here. We had over 15,000 people that have registered. But since we started, a lot of people have been coming. Okay, where are you going? I'm going to collect my kit for the marathon. So another person will come. Oh, I want to register. We allow me to register. So plus or minus, I think we should have about, for the three category of races, I think we have about 20,000 runners today, running today.
You see? So when you're looking through your window and you're seeing a lot of people, nothing is going on. People are just running for fun. You're running for unity. And that's beautiful. That amount of people, 20,000 runners, does that include the three categories? That's the
Oh, sure,
family
it does.
and the students.
Yes,
Students also had to register for this.
yes, they do. They have to register because they have to register and they have prices.
Okay.
So for the 5 kilometer with the students race, the first person goes home with 500,000. The rest is open for everybody, whether you are 50 or 60, you are a student, you're not a student. But the prices are for students. If you are above 17, you are not entitled to the price. Then
Okay.
you
The
must be in
student
school
race, everybody is eligible to run
to
for
run the
that.
5K. But the prices are for just students.
Goes
Like you
to-
can run the 5K now,
Okay.
but you won't get the price even if you are first. It is only a student who is below 17, who is in school.
Okay.
We talk to we confirm from the school that it's a student that is entitled to the price.
Okay.
But the 10K is for everybody,
Yes. That's just for fun.
for fun.
Okay.
The 10K is for everybody. Then we have the Nigerian prize, apart from the international prize, which is $5,000.
Okay.
We have the Nigerian prize, and the essence of Nigerian prize is to encourage our local runners, and that's 3 million naira. So you can see for a new race, we're not stingy.
No, it doesn't sound new because it feels like you had it all figured out, maybe because of your past experiences in
Oh,
other
sure.
areas.
Yes.
So you came to this one, although you're saying it's new. I just feel like the only thing new here is the environment.
Well,
The FCT,
well,
but every other thing you have the experience. The runners have some kind of experiences, so I don't think it's all new.
majority of the runners don't have the experiences,
Okay.
and that's why I say it is new. Because the most important thing is we want Abuja people to embrace the culture of exercise,
Okay.
culture of running, culture of anything that we make them earlier. Then we want to showcase our city. We want to make this an annual thing that look. So the Abuja will be all over the world for 4 hours. People will see the most, because if you look at our roads, we're showcasing the most beautiful part of FCT, all the landmark, the villa, the national malls, the most beautiful part, the federal secretariat, the Higgy Square, the city gate. So it runs through the most beautiful part. Because if it's just a race, you can say, okay, why don't you just run from a city gate to Gagolada? But the essence is to showcase the best part of Abuja to the
Yes.
world. And in future, for our people to have the culture of running, we are planning small races for Buhari, Gwagwalada, Abaji, all the
Municipal
yes,
area councils.
so that all these races will now dovetail into the Abuja Marathon. So we intend to have about 7 races in all these local communities. Then the Abuja International Run will now be the grand finale for the races.
So you made mention of showcasing the beautiful places in the FCT to the world.
Yes.
But were there other additional moves made to make sure that people get to see more places in Abuja? Like you said, we have some international runners in Abuja right now.
Well,
How do we now harvest this tourism that we have so that people get to see Abuja aside running? Maybe they get to pay a visit to other places that we have in
apart from the elite runners who are coming here as elite professional, there are more than 100 people from all over the world that have registered for this marathon. They are in town and they have a brochure of all the places to see.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so they, like some of them, they said they want to go and see the Zuma Rock, they want to see Ladi Kwali, they want to see this. So that has been going on.
Okay.
But for us, that's not our target.
Mm.
We are hoping that in another 3, 4, 5 years, we have about 10,000, 15,000 people coming into Abuja to say, look, I want to see this place. They will go into our, they will pay for a week in our hotels. After the race, I want to go to Suleja, I want to go to this place. That is the aim. But the thing is, what you might want to experience a place. When you now see it on TV, the motivation gets higher.
Yes.
So that's the essence of this race, and that's why we are doing so much to showcase it on satellite TV
All right.
for
Okay.
4 hours.
Okay. Now, would you say people actually understand the economic importance of not just for the health or for the fun of it? Do you think people actually understand the economic importance of this race? Because we are talking about it in regards to tourism.
Yes.
So, do you think people actually because now more people from outside Nigeria will be interested in going to see places in Abuja, but not Nigerians. Not because I know that we also have some Nigerians coming from other states to the FCT to register for this marathon. Do you think they are as interested in getting to see other places in Abuja like the foreigners are?
Well, that's the job of you and I. We are, I mean, I'm a journalist before I start organizing races.
Yes.
So that's the job of you and I, and the organizers who actually push this to the world. Like, look, this is our race, this is our city. I can tell you that a lot of running clubs outside Abuja are coming for this race, from Lagos, from Enugu, from Calabar, from Kaduna. In fact, there's this Adekunle running club in Ibutimeta.
Okay.
They are coming in today with about 5 buses. So, I mean, when they come to Abuja, they won't sleep on the street.
True.
So the Abuja hotels will benefit. I mean, they can't bring all their food from Lagos. People that are selling food will benefit.
From it, true.
After the race, they will rest because these are people that have been running. On Sunday, they want to say, okay, let's go to the local market. They will go to the same market. Okay, they want to buy gifts for friends and family. But we hope that by the next edition, Adekunle Running Club will not come with 5 buses. They will come with 10 buses. Then Sandra Running Club in Minna, we say, in Sandra Running Club in Yaba, we say, look, we need, these are neighbors from Ibutimeta. Let's go too. Let's go and see what they are enjoying in Abuja. They will come too. So it will take some time. It won't happen overnight. But I know that we'll get there.
Yeah, sure, we'll get there because this is the first edition and it's beautiful already.
Thank
so with
you.
all the fact that you didn't face so much challenges setting this up means that the next few years, the marathons that we are going to have, I know I'm going to be one of the runners. It's going to be so beautiful, and I cannot wait to see all of that.
If you don't run the next edition, I will excommunicate you from Abuja. I will excommunicate you.
I will try my very best.
No, don't. You won't try your best. Promise me that you will run the next edition.
I don't make promises, so I don't get
No,
to break
you
them.
have to make this one.
Okay, I will try my
And I will
best.
support you to run it. Everything that you need to run it, I'll bring the form to your house.
All right, I will start working towards that. Like you
Please.
said, you're trying to make sure that it falls in between December and January.
Yes.
So I'm planning towards December this year for the next edition of Abuja.
I'm already clapping for you before you get to the finish. Before
I
you
know
even get to the
that
start
my
point.
viewers please don't take that serious. I didn't mean that.
I'm
All right, now let's talk about the FCT administration support and sponsorship to all of this. How was that?
tremendous. You see, the most important thing about any race in the world is the city, because they own the road. If they say you can't do anything. So the FCT, they are not just giving us their road, they're just allowing us to close the city for several hours. They are supporting us with personnel, with everything that we need to make this a success.
Yeah.
And everybody in the FCT, they are committed. If the director of sports, the ministers, the PS, everybody, they are working around the clock to ensure that this is a huge success.
Oh, that's That's beautiful. Because I just expected that that was going to be your answer. Because when you made mention of the fact that you didn't face much challenges, I knew that you got a lot of support and all of that. So the sponsorship, like you made mention of the money that you're going to award the winners. How did all of that come together?
Well, basically, the sponsorship for a new marathon is a gradual thing. Like when we started the Lagos Marathon, we had just about one or two sponsors. That's all. But after the third edition, we had more than 14. So it's just like the race itself, the interest will grow because what drives sports is the crowd, and what drives marketing too is crowd. Coca-Cola is not Coca-Cola or Seven Up. They're not supporting you because they like your brand. They're supporting you because everybody loves your brand, and that's why Seven Up will want to sponsor Messi because they know everybody follow Messi.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we are so sure that look, in the next few years, because of Abuja being the federal capital and the kind of crowd we have in Abuja, more sponsors will come. It's tough initially, and that's but we know that this is a very good city. We have very good administrators in the FCT who are supporting the race. They are not because it will showcase their city, the tourism, when people are earlier, government spend less on healthcare. So the benefits for everybody is unquantifiable. So it's something that will grow, and I'm sure you are going to be part of that growth.
Yes, I hope so too. Now, aside marathons and all of the planning, we're planning towards a marathon. You kept on saying, this is just to grow the running culture.
Yes.
So, aside marathon, how else can we grow this running culture? Because I know, for instance, in Enugu, once you go to places like the Akpara Square on a Saturday, not even only on Saturdays, you see large crowd of people running. You think it's a marathon, like every single time. So aside having huge or international marathons, how else can we grow this running culture for better health?
Well, thank you very much. You see, like you mentioned, how can we go for better health? Well, that's in place. But one thing that we also need to do is that road running, marathon, is one of the most lucrative industries in the world. And many of us don't know. The second thing we don't know is that Nigerians, especially Nigerians from the northern part of the country, can be as good as the Kenyans if we encourage them. Look, when Kipchoge is going to run anywhere in the world, the least they pay him as appearances is about 600 million euro or dollars or pounds. So imagine if you have 10 Kipchoge from the north, which we are capable of. So we need to get this to encourage our youth. And you see, the owner of this race, that is Mrs. Ogumiloro, is already working with some people in Abaji to start a high performance center to train elite runner.
Okay.
Just the way Kenyans don't even know the benefit of running before a reverend father came from an island. And he said, look, these people, the weather, everywhere, these people can be the best in the world. And that was how what changed the history of road running in Kenya. Now, the average Kenyan now, they don't see running as sport or anything. This is a business.
Yeah.
A Kenyan will not go to the Olympics, will not go to the World Championship if there is a race for him to run. Like last year, Kipchoge didn't go for the World Championship because he knows he wants to go and run in Berlin. And he knows that if he runs in Berlin and breaks the world record, he will get €1 million. You get money from Nike, get money from all his sponsors, get the prize money for the race. So I believe our youth can get to that level too. Yeah. Don't remember, sports solves a lot of social problems. Pastor Tadibo West will tell you that he used to be an armed robber. So without football, what would have been the head of Tadibo West?
Sure.
Look at Mikel Obi, a small boy from Jos. Nobody knows anything about him. But because of football, in 2005, 2006, the best managers in the world, then Ferguson and Mourinho, they were fighting because of Mikel. So which other industry can give you that can throw somebody like Mikel up and you become the best in the world? Which other industry? Look at Oshime. He used to hawk pure water on the street of Lagos.
True.
Now, PSG want Oshime. Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Chelsea, all the big clubs are running about him, and they are ready to pay €150 million. Just a little boy from Olusosun used to hawk pure water. So we can do this in road races too. We can race global icons.
Okay.
Look at Akim Olajuwon. He was just a young boy from Sulere playing handball. An American saw him, Oliver Johnson, and said, look, I can convert this boy to be a basketballer. And he was one of the best in the world. At the same level with Michael Jordan. That was how good Akim was as a basketballer.
Okay. I hope people got motivated by that speech. So if just do something. Like if you try your best at what you do, you always get better at it. That's what I took from that speech that he just made. Now, finally, before we go today,
Yes, ma'am.
After today's race, what next?
Well, basically, after today's race, it's our first marathon. There are things we need to improve on.
Okay.
So we take a deserved rest. After the rest, we start planning for the short races and seeing how we can do a better race next year.
So what are your plans to make those short races or smaller races more in the face of the people? Let people be more aware. Create more awareness towards those smaller races.
We want to make those races community-based.
Okay.
Like Gwagwalada now, we involve the council head, involve the traditional head, we involve the head of youth, the head of women, all the groups that actually have a say in the community. I said, look, this is what we are trying to do. This is what we are doing. Our children from the north can do this. Let's encourage them. Let's start the culture. Because once we have the culture, because I have the culture and the experience now, I want my children to do sports with their education. They might not make it as sportsmen, but there are some things that comes with sports. If you are playing football now, you cannot play alone. Teamwork.
Yes.
So they will learn teamwork. I mean, they will be agile. They will have empathy. Once somebody is injured in sport, everything stops. You help.
Take care of the injured.
So they will learn empathy. So they will learn so many things. So it's not just about winning the prize. Sport teaches a lot of value. It teaches to be neat, to be careful, so many things. So those are the value that sport we instill in our youth. I know some women that they are in their 80s, and you think they are in their 60s because they are used to that Spartan lifestyle as sportsmen, and they look so young.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been amazing talking to you,
Thank
Mr. Olukayode Thomas. And I want to see how this ends. And a big congratulations to the winner. I wish I was.
You must next year.
I wish I participated in this.
You must next year.
I will try my best.
You made a promise.
Even if I don't run as an elite, I think I will run
you can even
for
do
just
the 5K.
for fun.
Yes.
No, for the 5K, even if I win, I'm not going to get the prize. So I
mean, you just run for the fun.
Yes, I'm going
and
to
for the
run
health
for the
benefit.
fun. All right.
I'm not just coming to run our race. Also make it a culture to
run.
start running.
Like you said, also make it a culture to start running. Not just
exercise.
Exercise for fun, for good health.
Yes.
So that you will be healthy. And I hope to see you at the next Abuja International Marathon. Since we all missed this one, let's work towards the next. I am Sandra Ago. This is Abuja File, and bye for now.
We love Abuja, and this is why we bring you events, reports, interviews, and everything relating to the FCT. This is Abuja File.
Stand before you today to accept the nomination of our party.